Hey guys, JSP on JSP Talk Sports here, and we're back with the football review for this round 23, starting on Friday, the 23rd January. I would have missed the preview this week. It was a bit tied up, so we're going with the review. Starting on the Friday, we had Inter in the Serie A. We had Inter versus Pisa. First place Inter versus 20th place Isa. Well, that is how they ended up. Inter with a big 6-2 win, 68% possession, 34 shots, 14 on target. So 14 shots on target. Pisa with only 8 shots and 3 on target. Pisa actually actually led 2-0, and Inter brought it back to 3-2 in the first half, and then 3 goals late in the second half, 82nd, 86th, and 93rd minute to make it 6-2, a big 6-2 win for Inter, and they next played Dortmund in the Champions League. Then moving on to Saturday, we had in the EPL, starting off with West Ham versus Sunderland, right? West Ham won 3-1. They led 3-0 and it ended up 3-1. Comfortable here for West Ham. They had 13 shots, 5 on target. Sunderland actually had more possession, 53%, 7 shots, 2 on target. And so two wins in a row now for West Ham. They're on 20 points and 5 points off 17th place. So we'll see what's going on with that 17th place later on. So West Ham still in 18th, fighting their way out of relegation at the moment, and Sunderland 10th. West Ham next play Chelsea, and Sunderland next play Burnley. Moving on to Burnley versus Spurs, and this was a 2-2 draw. Burnley with 9 shots, 4 on target. Spurs with 62% possession, 18 shots, 11 on target. Romero 90th minute equalizer after Spurs were leading 1-0. And so Burnley remain 19th, Spurs 14th. Burnley next play Sunderland, and Spurs next play Frankfurt. Moving on to Fulham versus Brighton. Fulham with a 2-1 win. Fulham with 12 shots, 4 on target. Brighton with 51% possession, 13 shots, 5 on target. So Brighton at 12th and Fulham at 7th. Fulham got it done with a 92nd minute Wilson winner free kick. So big 2-1 win there for Fulham. They next play at Man U, and Brighton next host Everton. Continuing Saturday in EPL, we had City versus Wolves. I would have predicted City win for this one. I would have gotten that correct. 2-0 win. City with 64% possession, 11 shots, 4 on target. Wolves with 11 shots and only 1 on target. So City coming off 2 losses, by the way, and they're still 4 points behind Arsenal. We will see why. 2-0, 2 goals in the first half, and pretty comfortable there for City. They remain second. Wolves in 20th still. And City next play Galatasaray in the Champions League. Wolves next play Bournemouth. And then we had Bournemouth versus Liverpool. This was supposed to be a Liverpool win. Bournemouth actually won with the last kick of the game, 3-2 win, 96th minute winner. Liverpool with 67% possession, always dominating possession, 14 shots, only 4 on target. And Liverpool actually equalized in the 80th minute after Bournemouth led 2-0. And then the 96th minute winner for Bournemouth was a goal-mouth scramble. So real unfortunate for Liverpool there. Their first loss in 13 matches. Basically throwing away the Champions League spot at the moment. They next play in the Champions League, by the way, versus Karrenburg FK. And Bournemouth next play at Wolves. So Bournemouth 13th. Liverpool moved from 4th to 6th. Sliding down the table there. Chelsea and Man U overtaking them at the moment. Continuing Saturday in La Liga, we had Villarreal versus Real Madrid. And Real Madrid came out 2-0 winners. Real with 58% possession, 14 shots, 4 on target. And Villarreal with 8 shots and only 1 on target. Mbappe double in the 47th and the 94th minute. Real went up before Barca played on the Sunday. And, we'll hear what's going on in Barca game. Real are now still 1 point behind. Second place, Villarreal fourth. Villarreal next play Bayer Leverkusen in Champions League, and Real next play Benfica in Champions League. Moving on to Sunday matches now. Now we had in the EPL, we had starting off with Brentford versus Forest, and Brentford with 68% possession, 10 shots, 1 on target. Forest with 7 shots, 2 on target. And just imagine, it was a 2-0 Forest win. 2-0 Forest win. If I had to pick, I would have picked Brentford to win this. Precious win for Forest. Keeps them 5 point clear over 18th place West Ham. So Forest in 17th, Brentford in 8th. And hard fought win by Dyche's team here. So doing all they could to keep distance between them and West Ham. Brentford next play Villa, and Forest next play Fenerbahce in Europa. Sunday EPL as well, Palace versus Chelsea. It ended up a 3-1 Chelsea win. Chelsea actually led 3-0 comfortable. They had 57% possession, 10 shots, 6 on target. Palace with 13 shots, 7 on target. And Chelsea with that move up to 5th, and Palace 15th. So Palace are winless in 8 matches. They had a late red card in this match, by the way. So a bit of a crisis there. Palace down in 15th after doing so well last season. Palace next play at Forest, and Chelsea next play Napoli in the Champions League. Interesting one there. Sunday in EPL as well, we had Newcastle versus Villa. It ended up a 2-0 Villa win. Would have gone for a Villa win in this. Newcastle actually had more possession, 61% possession, 13 shots, 4 on target, and Villa had 14 shots, 8 on target. Right, so Villa in third, but they level with City. And Martinez, keeper, man of the match performance. And Villa end a 17-game winless streak versus Newcastle. So well done for Villa there, keeping the title charge alive. They're 4 points, they level with City, and they're 4 points off leaders Arsenal. The next was Salzburg in Europa, and Newcastle next play PSG in Champions League. Big one there too. Then keeping on the Sunday, we had Arsenal versus Man U. I would have predicted an Arsenal win for this. And Man U came away with a 3-2 win. 3-2 win for Man U. Arsenal, they had 56% possession, 15 shots, 4 on target. Man U with 10 shots, 3 on target, and they scored 3. Just imagine a second half comeback for Man U. Arsenal actually led 2-1, and basically Man U came back and won it. The wobble is on. The Butler jobs. Let's see. They're 4 points behind. This January, late set of matches lately hasn't been really good for Arsenal. So Arsenal hold on to the first spot for now. Man U move all the way up to fourth at the moment, just above Chelsea and Liverpool. Arsenal next play Carist, Almaty in Champions League, and Man U next was Fulham. No European football for Man U. Sunday matches, Serie A, Juve versus Napoli. Small matter of this big clash in Serie A. And it was a 3-0 Juve win. Thank you, Juve. 42% possession for Juve, 12 shots, 6 on target. And Napoli with 9 shots, only 1 on target. So Juve 5th, Napoli 4th. Well-deserved win there for Juve, and they're just 5 points off second. They next play Monaco in Champions League. Next interesting one there. And Napoli next play Chelsea in Champions League, as you mentioned. We also had in Serie A on the Sunday, Roma in third place versus Milan, AC Milan. And this was a 1-1 draw. Roma with 58% possession, 15 shots, 7 on target. And AC with 5 shots and only 2 on target. AC next play Bologna, and Roma next play in Europa. Keeping on the Sunday matches at the moment, we had Sunday in La Liga, Barca versus Real Oviedo, and 3-0 comfortable win for Barca. 3 goals in the second half, by the way. So they regained the top spot after Real had held on to it the day before, 1 point ahead. And comfortable win. Barca 75% possession, 15 shots, 7 on target. Real Ovidio, 12 shots and only 3 on target. Real Ovidio in 20 at Barca hold on to top. So Barca next play FC Copenhagen in Champions League. And yeah, then we move on to Monday EPL action. We had Everton versus Leeds. This was a 1-1 draw. This would I would have picked a draw for this as well. Everton with 10 shots, 3 on target. Leeds with 48% possession, 14 shots, 4 on target. So Leeds stay 16th, Everton at 10th. Fair results. Leeds were better in the first half, Everton better in the second half. And I come from behind draw for Everton. They had a chance to win it after they drew the game, and both sides had the woodwork. So I guess it was good that they shared the draw there. Leeds next host Arsenal. So interesting there. Let's see if Arsenal going to slip up again, and yeah, City could take advantage. Everton next play at Brighton. So that's basically it for the football action over this weekend going. Let me know what are your thoughts on how the matches went. Some really interesting ones. And remember, Champions League is back this week. All the matches on the Wednesday as we go into the final part of this round. So yeah, GSP on GSP Talk Sports. Like, share, subscribe, and leave us a comment. Thank you guys.